some celebrities become icons and then others become villains?
Rachel Gunn, aka Raygun,
went viral for her memorable routine.
It was an Olympic performance.
Did anyone see the breakdancing lady?
Last year, Australian Olympic breakdancer Raygun was on her way to becoming iconic. Sure, her performance was controversial, and she angered a loud minority, but there was a huge group of people who instantly welcomed her with open arms. Because initially, there was something so endearing about her. Her earnest demeanor, her school camp teacher energy, the way she represented the very Aussie value of just giving it a fucking go, honestly. But then, something went wrong. Fast forward to this year, and between a few interesting interviews, strange beef with a local comedian, and trying to copyright that kangaroo pose, more on that later, any positive sentiment about Raygun has evaporated. She had a pathway to icon status, but instead she's become one of the most disliked people in Australia. But why? What happened? Could she have played her hand differently and become one of our most beloved personalities? And what can her story teach us about building a brand that people adore? To answer these questions, we got to talk about Buzz Lightyear. Yep, this space stud.
To infinity and beyond!
You know how it goes, but let me recap. Buzz Lightyear is a superhero action figure who believes he's not just a toy modeled off Buzz Lightyear, but the real Buzz Lightyear, who's on a very important mission to save the galaxy. It's his life's purpose. And despite clues throughout the beginning of the movie that he is not the real Buzz, he ignores them until one day he's confronted with the truth. He watches an ad for himself and he realizes he's just a toy. And his whole worldview is shattered. His confidence, his purpose, his heroic mission, gone. But then something shifts. He accepts it. Yeah, he's not the real Buzz Lightyear and he's not going to save the galaxy, but as a toy, he realizes he has a new purpose. One that is just as important, bringing joy to humans. And this moment right here is transformative. Buzz redefines his identity around this new purpose, and he finds fulfillment in it. It's this growth, this imperfect journey that makes him so lovable to us by the end of the film. This character arc is built on a storytelling concept coined by K.M. Wayland called the lie the character believes, which is something the character believes to be true about themselves or the world. The lie Buzz believed was that he was a space ranger, destined to save the galaxy. And having a lie like this is central to any great story. Because the best stories, at their core, are about a protagonist's journey from lie to truth. And I'm sorry, because now I've pointed it out, you are going to see the lie the character believes everywhere. In The Great Gatsby, the lie that Gatsby believed was that if he can build enough wealth and success, he could win Daisy back. In Breaking Bad, Walter's lie is he's doing it all for his family. In Frozen, Elsa's lie is that her powers make her a danger to everyone, so she has to suppress who she is and isolate herself. It's only in the process of these characters' flawed transformation that we fall in love with them. The good news is that you have a lie, and you could be using it to build a personal brand that people adore. But first, hit subscribe if you're finding this interesting. My mission with this channel is to help as many people as possible find their thing and become a category of one, so come along for the ride. But what does any of this have to do with Raygun? I know this is going to sound weird, but Buzz Lightyear and Raygun pretty much have the same character arc. Well, except for one big difference. Hear me out. Buzz starts his journey with the lie that he is an intergalactic hero. Raygun starts her journey with the lie that she's a serious breakdancer who has a real shot at winning the Olympics. But then, Buzz saw the ad of himself and was confronted with the truth. And similarly, Raygun saw how the world reacted to her performance and was confronted with the truth. But this is where they deviate. Where Buzz embraced the truth and let it redefine his identity to bringing joy to people, Raygun clung to her lie. The thing is that she still thinks that she's Australia's best female breakdancer.
Do you genuinely think you are the best female breaker in Australia?
Well, I think my record speaks to that, and I knew that people were not going to understand my style.
She had the exact same opportunity as Buzz Lightyear, to accept that she was not the kind of hero that she thought she was, but then to redefine her purpose and her identity around bringing joy to people. She would have gone through pain and disappointment, but in the face of that internal journey, we would have been behind her, rooting for her. The fact is that until Raygun can come out and say, look, I get it. You're right, it was funny. I wasn't that good. And I'm not Australia's best female breakdancer. Until then, everything she does will be viewed as the actions of a character who is resisting her truth. Like when she recently threatened legal action against a small comedian for doing a parody show about her, or tried to copyright the kangaroo pose. Come on, we can see that these are the actions of someone who is white-knuckling their lie. And here's the thing, I still believe that she truly has the opportunity to become iconic. She could have a 30-year career in the media, be a judge on things like Australia's Got Talent, a radio personality. She could be adored by the end of the movie, just like Buzz, if she can take us on that journey with her and show us that moment of internal transformation. So we get it. The lie to truth arc builds characters that people adore. So how do you find yours? The good news is that everyone has their own version of the lie the character believes. And to help you find yours, I've made you this simple exercise. Get a pen and paper, you might need to journal for this one. Step 1, identify your lie. Okay, warning, this is gonna get a little bit real. The question to ask yourself is, what story do you consistently tell yourself about yourself or the world? This could be anything, like my drinking isn't hurting anyone, my friends don't like me because I'm weird, my body makes me unlovable, or my lie is that I'm not valuable unless I'm achieving great things. Oh yeah, I've never said that out loud before. And I know that's my lie because it's something that I confront daily and it constantly causes resistance in my life. Okay, step 2, look for evidence. Write down 3 moments that prove this belief wrong. So for my lie, which is I'm not valuable unless I'm achieving great things, 3 things would be, number 1, the people in my life consistently show me that they don't care if I've achieved great things or not, they just like to hang out with me. Number 2, the most iconic personal brands are built on consistency and trust, not results. And number 3, living a life that's true to me, where I can consistently show up as myself, that is the result of all results, regardless of whether it gets views or accolades or whatever. Step 3, commit to sharing your journey to the truth. Now you have an inkling that this lie that you tell yourself is not true. This is where you begin to take people on the journey with you. They can't get behind your transformation unless they know where you're starting from. If you're a public figure, share your lie with the audience. And if you're not, just share it with your loved ones. Because you may not know the truth yet, like truly know it, but committing to let it find you will make people really connect with you. So this is me doing that. If you're open to sharing in the comments, I would love to hear the lie that you believe and what you think the truth might actually be. And hit subscribe so I can keep making videos to help you find your thing. Okay,